Coming from one of the most reliable motorcycle brands, the new 2024 CBR600RR is a very different model from the previous generation version, which is still on sale only in the US. With the new CBR600RR confirmed by Honda for selected Asian and European markets, the new model indicates that it is not the end of the road for inline-four middleweight supersports. So, let's look at 10 things you need to know before buying the 2024 Honda CBR600RR. The Honda CBR600RR looks sharper with winglets. While the CBR600RR is back in Europe, the motorcycle has been on sale with essentially the same design in a few other global markets since 2021. However, for the new CBR600R, while Honda has retained the front full fairing and other body panels, the former now comes attached with winglets. Though these wings are not much used for road use, their advantages for track use can't be neglected. Introduced for generating downforce at higher speeds, the new winglets on the front fairing of the new Honda CBR600RR only make the motorcycle even more aerodynamic. Thanks to this minor but crucial add-on, the new CBR600RR now claims to have the lowest drag coefficient among middleweight motorcycles, setting up an encouraging note for track use. In addition, this new bike also features a revised belly pan for improved heat dissipation away from the exhaust and rear wheel. Honda CBR600R retains the signature undertail exhaust. In the current era, where motorcycles are becoming cleaner than ever with tighter emission norms, underseat or undertail exhausts in motorcycles are becoming a rarity. The new CBR600RR brings back the memories of old-school sports bikes by featuring an undertail exhaust. A popular design trait from the late 2000s, the undertail exhaust of this bike is a 4-into-1 arrangement with a single exhaust pipe placed under its tail section. The result is a glorious throwback to iconic sports bikes from yesteryears and a characteristic exhaust note, which is at its best when the CBR600RR roars at higher RPMs. New TFT screen for the 2024 CBR600R. Compared to the previous version of the Honda CBR600RR sold in Europe, its newly introduced version now features a modern-day TFT instrument cluster. Full TFT displays are gradually becoming a norm among modern sports bikes, and this new motorcycle gets one, with its new 5-inch color TFT screen showing a host of information. Along with the basics like speed, engine RPM, and odometer, the TFT instrument cluster of the new CBR600RR displays settings for traction controls, selected riding mode, and gear shift indicator. The screen also shows lap time data, including lap timer, number of laps covered, and fastest lap record. The Honda CBR600RR engine is Euro 5 compliant. The CBR600RR has returned to Europe with a significant change to its powertrain, with the motorcycle now being compliant with Euro 5 emission norms. Honda has retained the liquid-cooled inline-four 599cc engine of the CBR600RR, which has remained its identity since it broke its first cover in 2003. With the same 12.2:1 compression ratio, 67mm bore, and 42.5mm stroke, the engine now has larger throttle bodies, redesigned exhaust and catalyst, and reshaped inlet ports. These minor changes allow the engine to benefit from increased gas flow and better efficiency, while also making this bike one of the most powerful Honda motorcycles ever. New electronic riding aids for the 2024 CBR600RR. Here's where the CBR600RR has upped the ante and proves its comeback is not just mild. The new CBR600RR gets a comprehensive set of electronic riding aids and features inspired by the flagship CBR1000RR Fireblade, which includes an assist and slipper clutch, 9-level traction control, and 5 riding modes, including 3 standard and 2 user-defined. It also gets a 3-level quick shifter, engine brake control, and wheelie control. All these riding aids are controlled by a new 6-axis IMU, one step above the 5-axis IMU introduced in the 2021 CBR600RR launched for other markets. New CBR600RR gets longer suspension travel and lighter swing arm. Among many reasons, sport bikes are praised by enthusiasts for their agile handling. Honda has introduced a couple of changes to the chassis of the CBR600RR to make it a fine track god, with the more noteworthy one being a revised swing arm. Compared to the last generation version, the new one has a 0.33 pounds lighter swing arm, which aids in better traction at the rear. The new separate functioning, fully adjustable 41mm inverted forks at the front are also 0.59 inches longer for easier adjustment, as per the riding preference. These longer forks and the fully adjustable monoshock at the rear come from Showa. With an electronic steering damper on board, the new Honda CBR600R also has Tokiko radial 4-pot calipers for dual 310mm discs at the front and a single piston caliper for the 220mm disc at the rear. CBR600R claims more committed riding ergonomics. For a committed and engaging riding experience on tracks, the Honda CBR600RR now has an even more aggressive riding posture. The fuel tank cover now measures 0.39 inches lower, which allows the rider to tuck in completely against the fuel tank. The fuel tank width has also narrowed, allowing the rider to get his elbows out for better airflow at higher speeds. Honda has not made many changes to the aluminum twin spar frame that has underpinned the CBR600R since the 2007 version. Even the wheelbase is the same as the previous generation model, though this time around, the rake and trail have marginally changed. Optional accessory packages for the Honda CBR600RR. Honda has launched the CBR600RR in Europe with two optional accessories packages, Racing Pack and Comfort Pack. The Racing Pack includes a pillion seat cover, carbon look tank pad, HRC oil filler cap, and wheel stripes, giving it a sportier appearance. On the other hand, the Comfort Pack makes it more suitable for long-distance trips, with add-ons like 5-level heated grips, a 22-liter tail pack, and a USB-C charging port. Honda is also offering an optional HRC race kit, which converts the CBR600RR into a full-blown track machine, with add-ons and tweaks like race ECU, new wiring harness, larger radiator, stronger head gasket, more premium suspension and brakes, and race exhaust. Honda CBR600RR's arch rival is the Kawasaki Ninja ZX6R. With the Yamaha YZF R6 and Suzuki GSX R600 set to go on the history book soon, the 2024 Kawasaki Ninja ZX6R is the lone rival to the new Honda CBR600RR. Despite the decreasing interest of motorcycle manufacturers in middleweight supersports, Kawasaki has kept the enthusiasm in the segment alive by introducing constant updates to the Ninja ZX6R. Compared to the track-focused middleweight Ninja from Kawasaki, the new CBR600RR claims lower power and torque figures on paper, while weighing almost identical. Along with the Ninja ZX6R, the CBR600RR also competes with the MV Agusta F3 and the Aprilia RS660 in the same space, which have fewer cylinders in their engines, unlike the inline-four Japanese middleweight supersports. No confirmation on launch of CBR600RR in the US yet. For now, Honda has announced the updated CBR600RR for the UK market, with the sales expected to commence near spring 2024. However, Honda has not yet confirmed the availability of the new CBR600RR for the US. If it does arrive in the US, expect the new Honda CBR600RR prices to be on par with the 2024 Kawasaki Ninja ZX6R.